how calculus and microeconomics work together. So get ready for some knowledge. Let's start with derivatives. Remember slopes? Well, that's a derivative, or the tangent. Here's how. The slope is equal to the change of y over the change of x, where the delta symbol means change. In a derivative, delta is d. So we get dy over dx is equal to y prime. So how do we get the derivative? If you have a constant, it goes to 0. If you have a variable, you multiply the variable by the exponent and subtract 1 from the exponent. Confused? Here's an example. We know the slope of this equation is 2, but when we take the derivative, we get 2. Here's another example. Feel free to pause to read through it. Let's try another one. We multiply the constants by the exponents and subtract 1 from the exponent. Now you try some for practice. Feel free to pause the video if you need to. Here are the correct answers. Check if you got them right. If you didn't, go back and rewatch the parts to understand what you got wrong. So moving on, what if we had an equation like this? How do we solve this kind of equation? Well, we can write this as this, and the way to solve this is using chain rule, which is part of the derivative process. What you do is you take the derivative of the outside and then the inside. So let's try it out. First, we multiply by the exponent and then subtract 1. Then we do it again, but we do it for the inside. So we multiply the whole equation by 2x, and that gives us the answer. We can also rewrite this equation for our final answer if we want to. Next, we cover the derivatives of sines and cosines, where the chain rule is really important. Feel free to pause this video and memorize these derivatives. You can also go back and remember that the derivative of sine is just cosine. Moving on, what if we had exponential graphs? Well, here's an equation, and here's what you do to solve it. First, you take the derivative of the outside, which just gives you e to the 2x, and then you multiply by the 2 derived from the exponent. What if we wanted to know if a graph was concave up or concave down? Well, you do the second derivative, or pretty much just taking the derivative twice. Here's a cool little trick to memorize derivatives and concaves. Just feel free to pause the video and go over it. Now let's try an example. Here we have this equation, and we want to take the double derivative. First we take the derivative, then we do it again, and that's our answer. That's it. So that's about it for this video, and you will learn more about derivatives in calculus. Thanks for watching.